You see that?
Hang on, let me go back to that. Oh, that's a friggin' mess.
That's my test rig for. Look, it's a BC8. That's the prototype.
We're live, guys.
Gotta find who shot the bee. I don't know what they used.
Happy Friday.
Mm-hmm. I'll be here bright and early tomorrow.
Yep. If it's bright, it might not be bright here.
Regardless, I'll still be here. This was shot while waiting for the sunset with a camera mounted on top of the telescope. Oh, I don't know if I can use that or not.
All right, I'll play with this camera later.
Hmm.
You have a new camera?
No, someone well, that shot.
I was just.
Oh, you're talking to Jerry.
I was just showing the picture of my desk or my work desk here.
You know, I'm not surprised, Jerry. I would picture it to be a lot messier. But, I mean,
I'm doing 10 things at once.
that's your job, buddy.
I know.
We broke down the first line here.
Ooh, it's warm in here.
Well, the observatory tents are finished, and they're waiting for a shipping container.
Uh-oh.
And there's so few shipping containers coming out of China at this point that they so far have been unable to get one.
Oh, really?
Isn't that crazy?
Bunch of nuts.
Yeah.
Aren't the oh, what do we call it? The new foot. Is it available this week?
The new foot.
The Mead to
Hybrid
foot.
finder scope bracket.
Mm-hmm.
Finder scope mount.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they're here yet or not.
We had a container come in.
Yeah. All right, I'm sending.
I just put it on.
Let's figure out something with this camera.
Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Hello, boys and girls.
Yeah, exactly.
You sound like Mr. Rogers.
You like the, yeah. Hello, boys and girls. Welcome to our show.
Oh boy, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, everybody. Jerry's he's working too long with hours.
I need some time off.
You are. You're getting 3 weeks off next week.
Yeah, 3 weeks in a week. That's about what it'll be like. No, I'm afraid 3 weeks would feel like a week.
I feel like a day.
Just tell your wife
A day.
if you're doing anything, you want a week to yourself. That's it.
A week to myself.
Separate vacations, is that what we're talking about?
I don't know what he's talking about. I mean, I've heard of that V word before, but I've never actually understood the whole acronym and
You mean delightful?
no, vacation.
Oh, the V word.
V,
Oh, that.
the V, Victor.
You're like one of those guys that doesn't take vacations?
Yeah, I'm one of those guys.
Oh my God.
I like my job. I'm sorry for being a good worker.
It's like gravity fighting the Raptor engine. It's a thing like this where you got enjoyment of the job against the burnout.
That's the thing is, I don't know if I'll ever get burned out doing this.
Too tiny and too hot for protons, electrons, and photons to exist. Within a second, It had expanded and cooled enough for protons and neutrons, collectively called baryons, to form. Almost instantly, there was a rapid burst of sound waves triggered by tiny variations in this particle soup. Scientists call these waves baryon acoustic oscillations. The pressure waves traveled outward for 400,000 years until the universe thinned and cooled enough for light to travel through it. The universe became transparent and the waves froze in place. Over time, the denser regions formed by the waves encouraged more star and galaxy formation than other areas. The imprint of those waves expanded with the universe, slowly accelerating due to dark energy. Today, with our snapshot of the universe, there is a slight tendency for galaxies to be separated from each other by a distance related to that expanding ring radius. Although difficult to see, it is detectable as a slight bump through careful surveys of many galaxies.
Well, hello everybody. This is Scott Roberts here with Tyler Bowman and Jerry Hubbell and Caesar Brolo. Caesar, how are you? He's connecting, I can tell. How are you, Caesar?
How are you? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I know you're going crazy right now trying to get ready for the
Absolutely.
eclipse,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So I'm not going to keep you very long. I know that you're still getting ready. You leave tonight or tomorrow? What time do you?
Tomorrow morning, maybe 6 a.m. Because it's a complete day trip. It's there are 1,100 kilometers. That is around maybe 700 miles.
Yeah, it's a big, big
Yes, yes,
drive. Yeah.
and it's a single road. We don't have in this, and we have just a little kilometers of tollway, or or it's a single road,
Single road. Oh no.
yes, it's
You mean like
more
two
stressing.
cars
Yes, yes,
like that?
yes. You understand it because the it's a full of tracks. I use it's a place where I normally we went with my family vacations. Is
Uh-huh.
we in summer we went, or we go to Patagonia, especially from the seaside, from the coast.
Oh,
And other people choose more the mountains in the Andes. That is beautiful too,
sure.
but we love more go to see. In October, we love to go to see whales in Puerto Madryn, and is for diving. Is very nice place.
Yeah.
Uh, Puerto Madryn, in Las Grutas too, is a place where you can dive too.
Hmm.
Um, and well, we are preparing all that is possible to go. We will in an event of Valcheta, Valcheta, the mayor of Valcheta
Hmm.
is they are awaiting us because we are making event. It's of course that the meet is this time is not like the San Juan last year, because the pandemic is only to get a lot of safety, a lot of protocols. Of course, that we are going to a really different event, because
Yes.
we never went before to go, and we have a lot of permissions and because when you cross from Buenos Aires to Rio Negro province, you need to to go from one part to another part inside the Rio Negro. Rio Negro is Black River. It's because they have a dark water river, not contaminated. If not, it's clear, but it's,
Yeah.
yes, it's a deep. It's a deep water and looks
Oh,
like black, but
it's black.
uh, yes, because you have a Rio Colorado near and have more sediments and looks like more clear and red color. But this
Yeah.
one is, yes, is
It's
without
black.
sediment and have, yes, and deep water.
Uh-huh.
Looks more like blue water
Yeah.
more than dark. But it's nice. It's a nice place. This is in Viedma, but we cross Viedma from Provincia de Buenos Aires to Provincia de Rio Negro and go to Las Grutas. Actually, we go to the another part in the area, more lonely, more natural area at 70 kilometers from Las Grutas. It's very nice.
Yeah.
In the day on Monday, we start the day going to Valcheta very early in the morning, and
And
well,
that's where you will set up is in Valchetta, right?
yes,
Okay.
yes, yes. We'll go to Valcheta to make the observation transmissions,
Sure.
all that. Well, we'll try maybe at 10 a.m. or 12 uh, if we can get an available Zoom to show the clips to our friends
Yes,
from
that would be
Explore
cool.
Scientific.
That
Yes,
would be cool. So we will
yes.
we'll
We
do
are
a
hope that the
test. We can do a little test and see if we get a good connection. If we don't, I'm not going to interrupt an eclipse
no,
experience for
sure,
you.
yes, and maybe yes, you can see maybe in the time of the eclipse,
Yeah,
my face is wow.
yeah, exactly.
Yes, it's not my first
So let me
eclipse,
ask you
but
some. Let
ever
me
ever
ask you
is
some
a
questions, Cesar.
yeah. Tell me, ask me.
How many people are on the team for your expedition?
We are going. Yes, we have. We are meet in a place. I'm traveling me and my family, and
Uh-huh.
but in the place of Alcheta uh, is coming 40 kids from the group of
Oh, wow. Okay.
young astronomers.
Hmm.
They have volunteers that are not kids, are people like my son that work at a lot of time with young astronomers,
Cool.
because yeah, uh, I once a time I asked you that about I tell you about the one of my favorite star parties in Argentina is the encuentro, so the meet of young astronomers
Hmm.
that make this group from El Bolsón, Bariloche, and we are working with this group, and this is really nice because you have kids that they know a lot about solar observation. They
Oh,
bring their telescopes, and it's really uh, is for enjoying because they have an energy. It's amazing. In
oh,
San
sure.
Juan, we had a beautiful experience, and and this is for kids that from uh, 14 to 18 years is people from the preparatory to the high school. After when these kids grow, there are volunteers to guide the new kids. Like my son Agustin work sometimes when they meet to this. And well, we will work a lot because a lot of people coming with us to watch the eclipse,
Yeah.
and we'll enjoy the the point of observation. But our idea is not make a Lollapalooza like in San Juan. Last year, I say Lollapalooza like, you know, the rock festival
Yeah, it's huge.
in Buenos Aires is huge, really. And every time, really in San Juan was a Lollapalooza. This time not, because we are avoiding the big screen of, you know, maybe it's the idea is not to make a big point of observation, if not that the people choose the option of going to a more open areas and
Sure.
not so
Yeah,
close
the
watching on
social
screen or
distancing. Yeah.
yes, yes, yes.
Right.
Get out, get out. Yes,
Right.
5 meters, please. Yes, this is the idea.
Okay.
And but I know that we are a point of interest, and our idea is uh, is not get the attention of the people. If not, it's completely different. Last year we had a corner of telescope, and
Yeah.
the people coming to use, a lot of people. Do you
Yes.
remember the Explore Scientific 90, 90 millimeters refractors was successful because all people coming to use the the iPhone, the smartphone adapters, and all people coming to take pictures of the clips in the in our telescopes in the corner of this corner of telescope. This year is impossible because
Yeah.
the
I have a photograph that shows some of this. I'm going to
yes, if not,
screen so
yeah,
that you can see the picture. So this was 2019.
yes, yes,
And actually, this is just a very small part of Caesar's setup here, and it was Optica Sirocco, where Caesar is the telescope expert there and optician there, and they set up a lot of Explore Scientific telescopes, which is cool. And how many people were there last year?
last year in only in Bella Vista point of observation was 5,000 people.
5,000. And this time you're expecting how many?
Yes, yes,
How
was
many?
yes, yes, 5,000 people only in our place of
Yes.
Bella Vista. Of
And
course,
so
that this was
this
organized.
year, how many?
Yes, yes, this was organized by the San Juan government. If not, it's impossible for us. But we was very, very working group. Saraco making filters for the TV, assisting people to use how to use their filters, or how to use or to take pictures in our telescopes. We work a lot. Fortunately, I couldn't. I remember that I bring my telescope, my 80 millimeters apochromic, but I never get out the box to use to take a picture of the sun, because for me it was impossible because I worked a lot. And only yes, this is with my friend, this Pedro Saizar, astronomer. We this is yes, I couldn't use my telescope that I get prepared for. This was the the uh, the night before the eclipse. We make an special edition for to see the night from San Juan Capital. Yes, we work a lot, a lot. We really we was a center of the activities. We turn crazy. We turn crazy to make a lot of
Yes.
work. This time is comparing the comparing the last year is more quiet, but we know that the people coming to our center, they know the Saraco flag and say, okay, I need this, or let me know how I can use this, the solar goggles or
I see.
filter of their telescope. I know that it will be a little crazy too.
Sure. Sure. So are
But
you expecting what, 500 people?
I think that
There
yes,
you
I'm
go.
scared about the quantity of the people. If 500 people is a little scary,
Yeah.
scary for me,
Yeah.
because, but I think that they can get a lot more because people are talking about in many places the uh, they are awaiting 4,000 people.
Oh, wow.
Yes, this is, and the problem with Valcheta is the people. We have a weather report of clouds in the area,
Yeah.
but not a lot. But maybe the people start to think that uh, they can find more clouds in the seaside area comparing with Valcheta. That is more to the center, and this is the problem because if all people think the same, they are going to Valcheta, and Valcheta don't have the same capacity like Las Grutas.
Right.
And maybe, but is this today, but it's not our responsibility about the quantity of people because we are making only a point of observation under the, the idea of the major of Valcheta. Valcheta is a little town. Is for days they're happy to make a point of observation,
Mm-hmm.
but it's really different to the last time
Right.
because it's yes with the COVID is all is so different.
So did you already ship your equipment to Valchetta, or you were taking it with you?
No, I have I'm this time um, uh, I carry my equipment in my car,
Okay.
and it's not the same like last year that I had 10 telescope from you know completely different. This time we don't carry a lot of telescope for public observation, if not small and telescope and cameras like
Mm-hmm.
EX 100, RC 6 inches, the OTA,
Sure.
another small refractor with filters, solar telescopes, and this time is all in a small box. The problem is that we don't have really we need at this time EXOS 2, not EXOS 100, but I, I I need to tell to Jerry that fortunately I have a AQ5 tripod, and I found that for this time I can use the biggest tripod. Is totally
Yes.
compatible
Yep.
with the tripod like um, EXOS 200, EXOS
Mm-hmm.
sorry 2, the big one. The problem that I forget order an adapter because in an adapter you have the fine movement with the screw
Yep.
for the
For the
For the
but
azimuth.
azimuth
yes,
adjustment.
yes, but absolutely only I can turn we can turn with a little of movements for this time work properly. And the problem of that this telescope is so heavy like an 8 inches Schmidt-Cassegrain telescope. The RC of GCO or or
Yeah,
the drone is the
GSO,
same
RC.
in different brands,
Mm-hmm.
and it's incredible. I feel completely of counterweights, the counterweights bar, and were really nice without noise, completely pointing the go-to. And I love this mount. But I need the exos too because it's a little
Right.
small for the RC6. But is you told me a lot of time, Jerry, that is if I use completely balanced, work perfectly.
Yep. That's great.
I try. I started to make pictures from my roof in my building 2 days ago, and I have completely successful with the mount. I try a picture of Orion, and was completely nice. Was excellent. But I need to try more about guiding. Maybe returning from the trip. But it's a very nice month. Really nice.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Very cool.
Yes.
Very cool.
I'm used to it in a heavy mode now. Yeah.
Very
Sure.
cool. So you've got to wake up very early in the morning, I imagine, right?
Yes. I need to finish some work here in
Okay.
the laboratory, uh, and I go to sleep and start.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Well, we wish you good luck. I
Thank
will
you very much.
try to connect with you on the 14th, and we'll see how it goes. Okay.
Yes, of
Otherwise,
course.
just get pictures and get everything, and then we can
Sure.
do another
Yes.
show where you show some video or
Absolutely.
pictures afterwards.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I prepare something, of course. Maybe I hope that we can make in a live in the morning.
Yeah,
But
that would be fun.
yes.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay, Caesar, thank
Well,
you so much.
thank you very much.
Yeah, take care.
Afternoon. We see you on Monday.
Yeah, see you Monday. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Okay, well, that'll be exciting. He will, once he gets into this small town of Valchetta, he believes there's internet there, but we don't know how strong it's going to be. And he'll try to connect with me earlier in the day. If we do connect, I'll just broadcast that live, on the spur of the moment. And otherwise, we will time everything with the eclipse on Monday. So we'll see what happens. It'll be cool.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Let me recognize some of the people that are on with us today. Got a nice group, as we always do. Man, it is raining outside. Raining hard. Mike Wiesner says hi from cloudy Arizona. And Book Davies is with us. Harold Locke, good afternoon. Michael Whitaker and Michael Eastburn are with us. Bergman Scooter, Aaron Thompson. Tim Meyer says greetings. Mike Wiesner says great show last night with Adam Block. I'm glad you guys liked that. It was a lot of fun to talk with Adam and Dave Eicher, and we had towards the end we had a little surprise visit by Simon Tang, who did a great interview with Adam Block earlier on the Woodland Hills Camera and Telescope site. So let's see. Michael Whitaker says his last vacation was 2006. Jeez.
That's too bad.
Yeah, that's too bad. Well, maybe he loves what he does so much that
That it's like a vacation.
he's on vacation anyways.
I don't know about that.
I mean, guys, I love what I do. I really do. I love being surrounded by telescopes and talking to you guys and all the rest of it. But you, on occasion, need diversion, okay? You need to recharge and, spend time with your family and all of those things. So,
And it helps to diversify your experience a little bit,
sure it does.
just to bring new ideas into the picture. When you get away, you start
That's
thinking
right.
about other things.
That's right. I mean, I never quite leave work. It's always running in my head, Occasionally I sit up straight in bed and go, Eureka, I've figured out how to solve a problem, or I have a new idea. Then I call Jerry in the middle of the night,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the way it is. Let's see. People are excited to see Caesar. That's good. Book is going to sell off all of his guitar stuff to get new telescope stuff. I don't know. I don't know. I would say keep your guitar stuff.
I would say sell a lot of it, but keep a couple of them so you can not wish
you
you
still
sold
have
them.
to perform music at star parties.
Right. So you don't wish.
If you're going on the global star party, you absolutely have to perform. So. Let's see. Martin Eastburn says he's buying stuff, but feet dry and dome wet. Doing okay. Okay. Clearlight 58 says beautiful skies here north of Boston last night. Not so much tonight. Lots of great imaging last night. If you guys are getting images of the of Jupiter and Saturn, it'd be cool to have you share them with us. So.
And submit those to Tyler also.
Yeah, submit them to Tyler. That's right. Because we got an astrophotography contest, right, Tyler? How is that going?
What's going on? I'm half out of it.
What happened?
He's phoning it in. He's phoning it in. He's working
live in front of all of our friends here, and
I know, but
and you're
no excuses. Just 16-hour days or
put toothpicks in your eyelids and keep them open.
That's right.
Actually, he has been working 16-hour days. So, and he's a hard worker.
But the Astrophotography Contest is going well. We have
Good.
54 entries in right now.
Oh, good.
We have one terrestrial, hot diggity dog. We have one terrestrial, and it's a bee, like an actual bumblebee.
Bumblebee, yeah.
It's a great shot.
They are made of star stuff, just like everything else, right? So.
Yeah, we all are eventually.
Right.
Eventually?
It depends. It just depends. I'm not in the mood. I'm tired. Leave me alone. Quit picking on me.
I'll jab you. I'll jab you.
If Tyler starts swinging, we can't get. So.
Right.
Yeah, I can share my screen if that's okay, Scott. And we can.
Yeah, please.
Oh, let's see if I remember how to do this. And so long since I've been on the
green button at the bottom.
Oh yeah.
There we go.
But there's the bee.
There it is.
It's a great.
That's beautiful.
You can see the
well, since he's the only one in there, he might be de facto like the grand prize winner of that category.
That's right.
Right.
Okay.
That's how.
Get Sheldon to send some of his bird pictures.
Yeah, but
But there's a great planetary shot of Jupiter.
Very nice. Look at that.
Yeah. And all the moons. I would assume it was with the cell phone. I'd have to look.
Say down below there. It says
the Astro FA or the Astrophotographer.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
That's who that is. It's kind of blended. I don't know if it was just like my computer. It's causing that.
Fancy writing there.
It is fancy.
Yeah.
It is very.
That's a beautiful picture, isn't it?
Yes, I like the picture.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got
fancy picture too.
Jennifer Shelley with the horse head.
Oh, nice.
Wow, nice. Look at that wall. I mean,
And that was with Mr. Burge, astrophotography.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you got the H alpha from Seed, Side, and Top, Heart of the Soul. I'm assuming that's the Soul Nebula.
I see.
I like those black and white.
It's to me, I think it's hydrogen alpha, but I could be probably wrong. Which if it would ever clear up, I can actually use my monochrome camera finally.
Okay.
And this is from Craig Walston. This is the Elephant Trunk Nebula, and that's a good close-up shot of that trunk.
Yeah.
It looks like he could have either used a photo-Newtonian or he just put those in.
Mm-hmm.
I won't know until I get into the detail of what people used. And DSC 1284 from James Hubbard.
Mm-hmm.
Jerry, is that's not Neowise, is it?
It looks like it.
Yeah.
Kind of looks like it, doesn't it? I don't see the dust. There's a
I don't see the ion.
ion trail. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not sure what DSC 1284 was.
that's just the number that the
Yeah, it's
digital
coming out of the camera.
Yeah.
It's the raw file number.
And you got WR-134 from Christopher Sullivan.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Looks like, go back to that real quick. That's Thor's helmet, but go back. That looks like a woman. See her two eyes that are light, that are two bright stars, and then
Yeah,
like
I think I
gray hair.
dated a girl that looked like that.
like a gray hair on top and a beard.
Did a girl with a beard.
I did date a girl. Yeah, she had blue hair on one side and pink on the other.
She had a red eye and a blue eye.
Red eye and a blue eye. Yeah. She gave me a black eye.
The little part up top looks like frizzy hair.
Yeah.
It was a crazy relationship. Yeah.
I'll just take your word on it.
I like it. It's beautiful.
Yeah, I love this picture.
Yeah, that's a great.
Being biased,
shot.
but that's a good picture. And then Christopher Sullivan again with the Leo's triplet.
That's
We are
awesome.
getting a request to make those images full screen. Can you make them full screen? That's
There?
better.
You can zoom.
That's what I did.
Yeah.
Mhm. Look at the detail.
Yeah, the Leo trio.
That's nice.
Nice. I love galaxies. I just love them.
Mhm. Here's a good planetary nebula.
That's nice.
I'll get in there real
Because I
quick.
live in one.
Pixel peep a little bit.
Yeah. Now, which object is this one? Again?
That's the Abell 72.
Did we?
That looks
seemed
familiar.
Like we looked at that with the
Doug
60 inch at Mount Wilson.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
I know Doug Struble did that one.
That was the planetary we looked at at Mount Wilson last week.
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
crazy. Then
Oh,
boy.
there's the
Shalindra did this one of the crescent. I like the blue.
crescent, right? The crescent.
The blue.
Mm-hmm.
I believe he shot this with the AR 102. I'm not sure what the butterfly is. Not entirely sure. But it's got
That looks cool.
it's got a lot of dark nebulae around it. A lot of dark.
Yeah.
That looks like actual storm clouds.
So Clearlight 58 wants to know how to submit photos.
And Scott will provide you a link
I will
In-
give you a link here.
in the description below
Yeah.
In the chat too.
in the chat. But I'm trying to see. Oh, here's M16, which I've always been a fan of the Pillars of Creation on this one.
You're a big fanboy of the Pillars of Creation.
I mean, come on, Jerry. I mean, sorry. Golly. Can't be a little sorry that I'm not your fan. I'll work up to it.
No, that's fine.
I mean, I figured you put up enough with me for the day.
Oh, there's the dumbbell. Oh, I mean, that's a nice picture. Oh. And there's a picture too.
It is. And then there's the B. And there's the B.
The bee.
But that's about it on the as far as the astrophotography contest.
Very
The
nice.
IO is
And the end of it is Christmas Eve?
the 24th. Yep, sure is. So hurry up and get your entries in. So I can get going on the voting. I need to get going on that.
We got
Okay.
almost 2 weeks still.
Yep. Got two.
13 days, I guess.
Mhm.
Okay.
The
You
groups-
have we're working to get more and more people involved in the December 21st, which will be technically the 27th Global Star Party. We're just calling it the Great Conjunction Star Party, and that will be co-hosted by the Royal Astronomical Society of Canada. But we have astronomers, tuning in for this from around the world. So we'll be pinning down the exact times, but there'll be a morning session, a midday session, and then an evening session. And so I know that Gary Palmer is committing to it. Chris, he's in the UK. Chris Trego in the Philippines is committing to it. We'll see how many more people join in from Southeast Asia, perhaps Australia. So it should be a lot of fun. Should be a lot of fun.
Okay.
You need to take a nap, dude.
I will when I'm dead.
You will. Okay.
Holidays are.
When the holidays are over.
Yeah.
Ken said we can rest when we're dead or something like that.
I mean, I can. Or in 3.5
You'll
weeks.
be resting. Yeah.
That's when the holidays will be over. Groups IOs, it's pretty good. There's people still having issues with the device hub and Stellarium not communicating with each other. And I keep telling everybody.
Oh, there was a question from yesterday's show, and I asked for him to come on and ask you today, but gentleman has a Mac, and he's got the ASI Air.
Oh boy.
It's going to show up in about a week or two. And he wants to connect his Mac to the ASI Air, right?
Goody.
But he wants to change over the system to be wired instead of wireless.
Yep.
So
Oh, that's fine. If he's on.
know how to do it. How does he do it?
So what you have to do is down a program.
We lost you there, Tyler.
Yep, there we go. I hit my fat finger at a button. Sorry. You want to download a program called FT_proc or program, basically. What you got to do is you got to get an FTDI chipset to USB.
Okay.
Question: what mount does he have? Do you remember?
I think he's got an Exos 2, but I could be wrong.
Okay, so there is a difference between the iXOS 100 and the Exos
Why don't
2.
you explain both of them?
I may have to find instructions on the iXOS 100 because I have not done that one. But it is on.
I know another guy here that might be able to answer that question.
The only difference between the two is the cable itself. You don't need to buy an adapter chip cable for the iXOS 100 because the chip is built into the mount. It's the same program. We use the same FTDI chip in the iXOS 100 that's in the adapter. So it's the same thing other than the cable.
So after you get SUD cable, you switch the signal in the FTDI chip to what is called a Delta Tango Romeo or a DTR signal. That helps the ASI Air communicate with a PMC8 through an ND driver. Once that is established, you bring up your ASI Air. You communicate it, do whatever you want it to do with the mount, but you have to make sure you select the correct mount of we'll just use Exos 2 GT PMC8, but you have to select the baud rate 115200, because if you do not select that baud rate, it will not see the mount and it'll just not do a darn thing. But once you select that baud rate, everything fires up and you can start slewing to whatever you want to shoot. That's it. Simple.
That's it.
That's it. Simple peasy. Or you can just email me if you have any problems at tyler@explorescientific.com.
So Michael Whitaker is the one that asked that question. Okay.
Or you could call me.
Wade Prunty said, "Did you say he's trying to use the ASI with a Mac?" ? Yes, I did.
That I don't know because I don't have a Mac.
Okay, well that was the question. We know the rest of it. So I thought that in order to switch it over, that you needed a Windows emulator or something like that so that you could run the software that you need to make that switch. Is that right, Jerry?
Oh, to switch it from
Yeah.
Wi-Fi to serial mode. Yeah, you can either follow the procedure. Now there's an application note. If you're on a Mac, you can download a terminal program to connect and talk directly to the PMC8. And there's a simple command that you use, and there's a procedure for it in the reference manual. And I can actually show that
Yeah. That's the
procedure pretty
question.
quick.
Let's do that.
Let me see here. My name. It'll take me a minute to get the file up.
Michael
So
saying, "Can I
give me a
have it in
minute.
writing?"
Yes, you can have it in writing.
Oh, Michael, can I have it in writing? And then he says iPad.
iPad?
Oh, I don't think you can even do this with an iPad, Michael.
What,
That's
the
all
AS
you have.
You can
ASIR with an iPad?
promote into the ASIR with an iPad probably.
Wi-Fi
If,
PMC8.
if you can't connect a cable, you can't connect the cable to the
Right.
tablet.
That was, I think that's his question.
Yeah, you can't connect a cable to a tablet. There's
Well-
unless no, there isn't a way to really do that. That's anything easy.
I mean, for this one operation, I mean, just to make the crossover, you might ask to borrow a computer for that, Windows computer, or buy a used laptop. People sell them for like $100, So there might be
Yeah.
little utilities that you have to do from time to time with the Windows computer. There's so much astronomy software that's on Windows, okay? And to get limited down to what you can do with a Mac with, those fewer programs is kind of tough. I mean, when you get into plate solving and stuff like that, I think that even some of that stuff is Windows centric.
Right. I'm still working on this
What does he
on
use to
getting-
process images with? Does he just use a cell phone?
Michael Whitaker says, no, I need to connect the XS2 to ASI Air, and then I can use ASI Air with the iPad.
Yeah. But he's got to have a main computer
Yeah, you got to make that connection first.
Yeah, it's just for the FTDI chipset. That's it. That's all you
Yeah.
need.
Right.
Or Michael, what you can do is you can buy the FTDI chipset. I'll do it here at work and I'll ship it out to you.
All right, let me. I'm going to share my screen. And once you get the cable, this is for Michael's and everybody's benefit, I guess you could say.
That's right. So Wade Prunty's correct on this. He said he's talking about connecting with ASI Air with the iOS app, which appears to be not a problem. But you will need a Windows machine to program the FTDI cable to work between the ASI Air and the XS2.
Yep.
Right. So you can download. Now, I suggest 2 programs in this scope to get. So you get your PMC8, you get your cable as needed, and I'll show you what the other cable looks like. So this is a USB to DB9 serial cable for the XS2. There's 2 programs. Actually, one of them, PuTTY, that you can download for the PC. PuTTY may be available for also the Mac. Also, so what you're gonna do? Let's see here. Right here. If you want to change the interface from default Wi-Fi to the serial port, you do this. You connect your computer SSID like you always do. It's in wireless mode, so that's your normal thing that you do with the X4 stars. Using PuTTY or another terminal program. All right, a telnet program. You'll telnet into this address and this port, and then you should see this prompt. It says hello, and then you'll enter a bang bang bang. You should see this. That
Yeah.
just that just establishes that you're communicating with the box. And then all you do is enter this command, ESX bang, ESX explanation point. And you should see ESX0, and then it will switch. You'll give it and you'll see the lights flash a little bit. Then you can unplug it, plug it back in, it'll be in serial mode. So that's really the 5-step process to switch it from Wi-Fi to serial. And then you can do the opposite. You can go from serial back to Wi-Fi by basically doing the same thing, except you're going to use you can use a similar, the same program or a different program. It depends on your program, to connect to the serial port at this baud rate, like Tyler said, 115, 200. And then once you connect, you should again see this pound, pound, pound.
Yeah.
And then you'll enter that, and then you'll see diagnostic mode disabled. That's just to get the communications to see that that's working. And then you'll again hit the ESX. That's a toggle command. And you should see ESX1 come up, which means it went back to the Wi-Fi port. So that's how you switch it back and forth manually with a terminal program. That's the way you do it.
Another question here by Leonardo. He wants to know if the PMC8 is workable with Linux.
Yeah, that's the Indie driver is available.
Yeah.
For Linux, and that's the same driver that the Mac uses, basically. And definitely, the one thing you have to do, and when you go get that Indie driver, if you get into it, Michael Fulbright is the one that created that driver for the community.
Okay, great.
That's an OpenGOTO community project that the source code's available for and everything. And he's got good instructions on the Indie website where you can download that driver. And we've got links to it in our downloads page where you can go get it.
Yep. So Leonardo, if you're not already a member of the OpenGOTO community, you should join. It's free. So let me pull up the link for you.
And you're talking about the Groups.io,
Yeah.
PMC8 Groups.io forum.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we have I guess we don't go over this stuff. We've slacked off a little bit going over some of this basic stuff because we did a lot of this in our early broadcasts. Over half our beginning broadcasts were dealing with stuff like this.
That's true.
And answering questions for people. So we forget that we get new people if they haven't gone back and looked at some of our older videos. That's something that we probably ought to get a better handle on, being able to direct people to some of the older videos maybe, or do some other videos that are more formal, like we talked about. I don't know, maybe Tyler can do some demonstrations for us, like what Kent used to do.
Sure.
In our early programs.
Yay.
That's after this Christmas rush.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
Well, there is another 8 hours left in the day, you know.
I'm going to be here in the shipping department.
Okay.
So, no, thank you.
Clearlight 58 says the fact that you do these broadcasts to help your users speaks volumes. Yes, Michael, you can email Tyler. It's just tyler@explorescientific.com.
Or he can give me a call at 47. Never mind. I'm not doing that. Nope, I'm not doing that. Nope.
I'm doing what?
I'm giving out my cell phone, but I'll do it.
Yeah, okay.
I will email Michael Whitaker the information. I'm not saying it live. No, gosh, no. No. Scott's once.
I do.
You can do it all day long, buddy.
Everybody has my cell phone number.
You can just, once they get a hold of you, then you can tell me what they want. We'll go from there.
Wade, I do have a update on the pop-up observatories. I announced at the very beginning of the show. we know that the pop-up observatories are all manufactured. Okay, they're ready. The problem, it's a shipping problem. Okay, this is going on around the world, where exporters are having a very tough time getting containers scheduled because just demand on shipping is just absolutely crazy right now. So the pandemic has created a buying spree like no other worldwide. And so demand on all kinds of stuff, not just telescope stuff, but all kinds of stuff is really the problem. So, but as soon as we get a container ready, they'll be shipped over. So I don't expect, I mean, we're already in towards the middle of December. I really did expect to have them by now, or at least on the water by now, because they've been ready for a couple of weeks at this point. And so, I think it'll probably be another 4 or 5 weeks before we have them. So. Yeah, Clearlight 58 is saying supply chain in all businesses is a nightmare right now. That's true. We're all doing our best here, but
Well, and if you want to load up Tyler even more, if you want to get your X4 scientific equipment by the time you want it, then you better order it today.
you better order it today. Yeah, we are putting up a notice, our cutoff date on shipping for free paid shipping is actually going to be tomorrow. And you'll still be able to order by second day and next day air delivery if you want. But UPS and FedEx have we've already seen it on the news where they're overloaded, nationally. There was an article where I think it was FedEx basically told a very large customer, a couple of very large customers, that they would be doing no more pickups for them for the rest of this year. And so we're not one of those customers, but I was in the back today and they were loading a 53-foot container, okay, for just UPS, okay. That's never happened before in our company, okay. Short of the eclipse, the 2017 eclipse was another crazy time where many thousands of orders were coming in daily, okay, and we're about half that volume of the eclipse right now, and the people that weren't here for the eclipse are just saying it's insanity. The people that were here for the eclipse are saying, "Wow, this feels like the eclipse again." So, but this is really unusual situation. You go from processing, I don't know, 300, 500 orders a day to
4,000 to
5,000, 4,000, 5,000 orders a day. Okay. A 10-time increase. All right. Yeah. And it's not like you have 10 times the number of employees running to your building. Okay. No.
Well, what you got to wonder after this is over, what do they really do during that 90% of the time once the orders get down to 10% of what they are today?
You continue to work.
Oh, we got lots of other work to do. Yes, we do.
Yeah, I know. It's like that's so think about the work that we're not doing right now. The 90% of the work that we typically do that we're not doing.
That's right.
I don't know what you're talking about, Jerry. I'm constantly doing something.
That's why he's trying to infer that, so.
It's all about the shipping.
Yeah, that's my mindset right now is shipping. So, gentlemen, I'd love to stay and chat, and I know Jerry's got a thing he's got to do, but I got to help shipping.
Later. Take care.
Y'all later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, Jerry, it's just you and me, man.
All right. That's kind of scary. Now it's down to 2.
Right. So Andrea is asking, he's really interested in getting maybe his first telescope. Not sure, but is asking what kind of telescope to use for astronomy. And the answer is that you can use all kinds of different telescopes. A lot of people, when they're first starting, they'll spend a lot of time reading posts on forums, trying to get advice from one person to the other. The real truth of it is that everybody kind of decides for themselves what it is that they want. I like to recommend Jerry's book on scientific imaging, not because you might become a scientific imager, but he goes through this whole process of critical thinking and decision making to get the right system for yourself.
Right. It really helps you narrow down what you're interested in and what's the best equipment to get the most bang for the buck. That's what our company is all about, is getting the most bang for the buck.
That's true.
And that's what the purpose of the book is to really think about what you're interested in and what your goals are.
Right.
Now, having said that, a lot of beginners don't really, I mean, they have an idea of what things they're really excited about when they start thinking about astronomy. It's either galaxies like Scott, or it could be the moon, like I'm really hip on the moon, and
Right.
or it could be anything in between,
Right.
So people get into the hobby, they've got this first impression they got from someplace, right? And then they say, oh, that's a good hobby, I want to try to think about getting into that, and something sparked their interest. It could be the first look at Saturn from somebody on the sidewalk showed them.
Yeah.
It could be something they saw on TV. Maybe it's the recent stuff about Mars and going to Mars with SpaceX.
Sure.
I want to see Mars. I want to see where that is,
Right.
So it could be a lot of different things. So what I've, personally, my initial spark that got me into astronomy when I was a kid is basically lasted my whole life. That's really been kind of my favorite.
Right.
And I don't know if that's the way it is for you or not, Scott. Is that?
I would say I really do believe it was my interest in aviation when I was a kid, and I was just really fascinated by things that could fly, My father was in the Navy. He was a Navy SEAL. And I remember going to the USS Enterprise when I was a
Oh,
real
yeah.
little kid. And it was, they had the Christmas celebration for all the families. And I remember being inside there and seeing the jet planes and all
Oh,
that
yeah.
stuff, and I was like, wow, So I must have been about 4 years old, something like that. But I was always interested in things in the sky, flight. We're the generation where astronauts are first taking off into the skies. Just in our lifespan, Jerry. I mean, we're of the generation where the whole manned space flight, the idea of manned space
Right.
flight is happening.
Right.
And so it was really incredible. I used to marvel at my grandmother who was still alive when men landed on the moon. But she remembers her grandparents when they had horse and buggy.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah. Right.
so from horse and buggy to landing on the moon. Okay,
Right. Right.
she couldn't believe it. She absolutely could not believe it. And she told me, she said, that's not real.
Yeah.
So you can see where the skepticism of that if we ever landed on the moon, okay, there's all those people that don't believe that we landed on the moon because, we went from the early 60s of blowing up rockets on the pad to, landing on the moon. So that was
Yeah.
an
Yeah.
incredible, giant, monumental leap in human evolution, right there. And
Yeah.
so,
Yeah. My grandfather was born in 1898, and he remembers growing up when the airplane first, not when the airplane first flew. He learned about the airplanes when they were brand new, when he was a kid, and then he saw man land on the moon. So that 66-year stretch, that was a phenomenal leap in technology.
Yeah.
That we have, people try to compare it. I guess you could compare it to the electronic technology we have today from the 50s, where transistors and computers were just started, to today. I mean, that's a huge leap in technology in terms of performance and power, but it's still nothing. I can't compare it to the space program, or flying, like you said. To me, flying in the space program is a totally different level than just electronic technology is, you know, in terms of the growth in technology, how it's changed our lives. It's got a lot more impact, but I don't think we would have had the electronic technology we have today if it wasn't for the space program.
Right. That's true. That's true. That's spin-off technology. Some people complain about how much we spend on putting people in space,
Oh yeah.
and how much the Hubble Space Telescope cost. And I remember when it went up, and um, we, um, and then we got back images that were fuzzy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
it needed to be fixed. And there was this huge, litany of complaints about how much we spent on this big telescope
The
and
boondoggle.
the boondoggle, but if you have to put it back in perspective. We spend like what, 2% of the national budget on science of all kinds.
Yeah, right.
So
And look at
it,
the
it
benefit
ends
we
up
get.
that the
Think of the
I heard,
trillions of dollars that the satellites technology has saved us, weather satellite technology and communications satellite technology, trillions of dollars
right.
of of infrastructure and life
Oh yeah, we
that's
see
saved
in
us.
great detail this hurricane coming, that and can tell people to get the heck out of the way. So
Yep.
um, there is that. That's for sure. I mean, and the spin off technology into medical treatment, and of course communications, and virtually every aspect of our lives.
Well, I think another intangible part of it is it's just the fact that we see people have done this stuff, that we know we can do it also. We can do it because we've done it before. That means we can do it in the future. With the new medical stuff, with new, these people wouldn't have even had these ideas if they didn't say, "Oh, these people walked on the moon. We can do this."
Yes.
Let's think about the confidence building it does for a country or a nation, or
Dusty
the world.
Haskett says the Fed spend far more on art and their buildings than they
Ah,
do on the space program, and that might
yeah,
be true.
that's right.
That might be true. Uh,
So it's just an
Wade
overall.
doesn't hear your smoke alarm beeping anymore. He must be so used to it that he can't
My
hear it.
what? What is he talking about?
Smoke alarm,
Everybody's got smoke alarms.
beeping noise. Yeah,
Yeah, I don't hear a beeping noise. Do you?
I didn't say that.
When did we ever hear a beeping noise?
I don't know. You're gonna make everybody think they're crazy, right? Is that what it is?
No, they'll just have to decide whether they know they're crazy or not whether they think they are.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah. Anyhow, I think the rain stopped back here.
Oh, yeah, I heard the
Yeah.
rain earlier.
Mm-hmm. So, let's see if we have any more questions. There was a question about why we use the serial type cables on the PMC8, on the silver box
The
PMC8.
DB9, the DB9 connector for,
DB9s,
yeah.
yeah, and
Hmm.
I explained it's because it's more robust over USBs, and for making that connection, if you're going to go in hardwired, yeah, you would have to have an adapter. But we stuck with the DB9s because they're so reliable. Cables are so inexpensive. If you go to a trip to some place in some foreign country somewhere, you're still going to be able to order a DB9 cable. Okay, it is.
Yeah.
was it ubiquitous, all over the world.
Ubiquitous. That's right.
Ubiquitous, yes. Yes.
It's true proven technology. There's no reason,
Not
and
proprietary
we
cable.
still use it today. I mean, there's a reason we use it in industrial systems, industrial control systems. There's a reason it sticks around. It's like, why do you use a hammer when you have some, motorized tool to do it for you? Why do you still use a stinking hammer?
Yeah. Well,
Because it works.
it does work.
Because it fits what you're trying to do for that purpose.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's right. Look, Davies doesn't hear dogs barking either.
Well,
Strange.
they're put away. No, they're sleeping. Yeah, what it is, and
You're gonna have like some sort of dog thing come after you.
no, I think what it is. Well, I know what it is. It's because my kids are out of the house. They're visiting their brothers and sisters,
Uh-huh.
and so they're not riled up. And my wife's actually out. She's going to be coming back soon. So they only bark real bad when somebody comes in and out of the house, and then they decide, oh, it's okay. So they're great
I thought you were.
security. They're my security system. That's a little bit trigger happy.
Oh yeah, that's right, and that's why you get them, right? I mean, so. Wade Prunty wants to know: did Jerry use the Taki or the Tackle app, to hire someone to replace his batteries?
The Tackle app. What is that?
I don't even know. There's an app for everything now. Everything. Got too much earwax? They've got an app for that.
Oh man,
so.
that's something I freak my wife out. This is off topic, but I gross her out a little bit because I like to watch the earwax removal videos on YouTube.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Is that true? Is that
bring it up.
Satisfying?
It's a thing. It's just great to see how you can clean out your ears and how they do it.
Oh my God.
Yeah, look it up. You'll be fascinated.
Yeah, I don't think I will be fascinated. I know I'm not going to see fascination there. Oh, but maybe, I don't know. Now you got me interested somehow. I don't know why. But
it's like when people like watching operations. I mean, I don't like watching, medical operations per se. Although when I had my my cataract surgery, I had to understand that.
people want to know how watching earwax removal relaxes you.
It doesn't. It's just fascinating how they just keep working at it. They show a tenacity. It's a tenacity thing. Yeah, look, what you'll have to just watch and see how they're really gentle, but they really are at it. They're
getting it out of it. Yeah, see? The dog's bark.
Yep, Michelle's back.
Okay. I don't know. This whole show took this nosedive right at the end here. Oh, Jerry. Anyways.
Now you're talking about UFOs.
We could talk about UFOs, yeah. And flat Earth stuff, Is it yes or no? Is it flat or I don't know, Oh.
Yep.
Well, that's right. Clearlight says you guys are all punch drunk from work. That's right. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, we can do like Monty Python.
If I took my cameras and stuff back to the warehouse, you guys would not believe what's going on. It's crazy. It is. But anyhow, really appreciate you guys watching today. Hope you guys have a great weekend. We are, if you got some clear skies, you want to get out and practice shooting, Jupiter and Saturn and trying to figure out your gear for that. Try to simulate, how low it's going to be. There's a lot of good charts out there right now showing you how close. I mean, the planets are getting super close now.
Yeah, they're about 1 degree or a little bit less than 1 degree.
I put my finger out at arm's distance, and they are. I mean, you can just fit, you know,
Yeah.
the planet's right between either side of your
Yeah.
fingertip, you know, so
Yep.
it's really cool just to watch that happen. And it will be cool to watch them also separate, you know, so um, you know, I'm hoping that somebody out there does kind of this time lapse type of animation where you see the planets coming in and coming out and you know, I imagine there might be some of that stuff. So,
Right. It's like
yeah.
two ships passing in the night.
Right, that's right. Very cool. Very cool. Hasn't been seen since, you know, I keep repeating this, but the first articles about this talked about, you know, this conjunction happening in the 1500s. But I've heard that in the 1500s, the conjunction happened in the glare of the sun. So no human saw it, okay? The time before that was in the 1200s. So it's been a long, 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 long time since humans have seen this. And you definitely
And
want
not
to
very
check it out.
many people saw it then because they didn't know about it. Just a very few
Oh
people
yeah.
at that
Oh
time
yeah.
probably
There
knew
was like
about it.
no astronomy club around. You
No,
know?
just the nobles, the rich people knew about it, maybe.
Maybe. Yeah. Right. Some, you know, there's maybe a few people could figure that part out, but yeah, you might if you had the smarts to figure that out back then, you might have been burned as a witch or something. So, you know, so you didn't want to, you know, predict too many eclipses and stuff.
Right.
You
They
know
may have
what's
thought,
interesting is that the emperors of China, all of them had to study up enough to be able to predict a total eclipse of the sun accurately. You
oh,
know,
that's a lot of work.
that's a lot of work. Okay,
I don't
and
think many people today can do that.
right, yeah, they didn't have any computers to do that with. You know, so and if you couldn't do it, then you weren't really the son of heaven. Okay, which is what the you know, if you were emperor of China, that's what you were supposed to be. So, somewhat supernatural.
Mm.
Clear Light 58 says, I can bet you that William Herschel saw it. That's right. I mean, he discovered everything else, right? Everything else. So, well, you guys have a great night. Thank you very much. And have a great weekend. And we'll see you on Monday. Hopefully, we're seeing you on Monday. I'll have to figure out the exact right time. I'll make that determination and give you guys an an update over the weekend, and then we'll put up some posters so that you can be prepared to watch a total eclipse live with Caesar if he's able to get an internet connection. So we'll see if that's possible. You guys have a good night. Thank you. Take care.
No.
And now, folks, it's time to say goodnight. We sincerely appreciate your patronage and hope we've succeeded in bringing you an enjoyable evening of entertainment. Please drive home carefully and come back again soon. Good night.
Drive home.
Yep.
So where can I find these earwax removal videos?
Just search them on YouTube. There's
Search
tons
them
of
on
them.
YouTube.
There's a ton of them.